What is up, everybody? What is going on? Today it is Monday. It, of course, is September 9th, 2019. We're talking 99201 and another 9. Currently, it is 4:58 p.m. So we are 4:59. It just turned 4:59. So we're actually like a minute or two early here, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start up the proceedings right about now and just get ready to go. I will say, however, that today's looking like a bit of a light episode. Not a lot of news. I don't really have a lot of stuff going on. Definitely don't have too many prepared news stories to get into, but you know, we have a few little things to discuss, so we might as well go ahead and get into it and see what ultimately develops out of it. But yeah, we're up now to episode 280 of VR 365 Live. 280 shows, which is kind of amazeballs. Kind of amazeballs when you really get down to it. Okay, so why don't I go ahead and thank a sponsor? Might as well do that since we do have a relatively light show, and I don't think I've done this Patreon supporter yet, so let's go ahead and pop the name on the board. And so this Patreon supporter, Remy Mercet. Remy Mercet, definitely wanted to thank you for supporting our Patreon, for supporting VR 365. Now, I believe that Remy Mercet, not currently a Patreon supporter at this moment in time, so bounced off the Patreon at a certain point, but that's okay because he was one of the very first Patreon supporters ever, and he contributed quite a bit of money. I'm assuming he, maybe it's a she, but contributed quite a bit of money during the run as a Patreon supporter and is no longer supporting VR 365. But that's perfectly okay. You can jump on the Patreon, you can jump off of the Patreon. And another better way almost, not necessarily better, but another good way to support VR 365 is, of course, just with your standard PayPal donation, like $2, $1, anything like that. It all helps out. It all adds up. I've got to buy a White Russian for Deli Wolfie in a matter of weeks. I'm going to have to buy him a White Russian. And so that is going to be expensive. So I got to deal with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's show. But I did want to thank Remy Mercet. Down with the Patreon no longer, but that's okay. Much love to Remy Mercet. I appreciate the support when it was there. All right, so why don't we go ahead and let's see here. There was a big release today. Now, of course, big is relative, right? But we did have a release today, and I hyped this game up quite a bit. And I've never played it, and I don't know that it's any good. The reason I hyped it up, well, what game am I talking about, first of all? Well, why don't we go ahead and bounce over to the Webinal. And this is a game that I've hyped up recently, mostly hyping it up because, nobody was talking about it. And I was like, wait a minute, this game's coming out on September 9th. It's just around the corner. Nobody is talking about this. Couldn't this possibly be a pretty cool game? Hellsplit Arena? And it's not looking too good, folks. Some reviews are in mostly negative. Ouch. Not looking very, very good for deep type games. But this did launch today. Now, the other question that you have to concern yourself with is the price, $25. And it's sad. I'm going to straight up admit that it's very sad that we have to get into the price discussion and that we have this price discussion. But you know what? I guess blame it on the market forces. Blame it on what's been going on in the VR world ever since 2016 and kind of what's been going on in PC gaming with the way prices are. So in the world of VR gaming, we don't really have a lot of AAA games. We're not getting the Borderlands 3s. We're not getting Fallout 76. We're not getting whatever Gears 5. We're not getting these big games. We don't have these monster AAA games. We typically don't. And so because of that, one of the side effects of not getting so many big monster games is we are not familiar with paying $59.99 for a game. We're not even very familiar with paying $49.99 for a game. And so a standard has been set. Like if we go back to the Oculus Rift and you think about the big games for Oculus, Lone Echo, The Mage's Tale, Killing Floor Incursion, Windlands 2, you just think of all the big games, right? And big games that have been on Steam as well. The price typically has been $39.99. Like that has come out as this standard price point for a high-end VR game. Because we don't have the Grand Theft Autos. We don't have the Red Dead Redemptions. We don't have the really big games, but then the big ones that we do have, the semi-AAA type games that we do get, $39.99 has kind of been the standardized price. And what has started to develop over the last couple of years is that if your game goes above $19.99, I know it's crazy. Look, I know it's crazy. I totally understand that this is crazy, but it's reality. It really is reality. So if your game goes above $19.99, everybody looks at the game like, I wonder, you're asking for more than $19.99? God damn, you better really be knocking it out of the park. Now, eSpire 1 is going to be $29.99, right? Which is $5 more than this. But eSpire 1 was there at E3. People ranted and raved about it. And so most people are okay with that $30 price point. But nobody knows Hellsplit Arena. And I just kind of, when it comes to pricing, if I was to consult with a lot of these companies, you know what I would tell them to do? Unless you feel ridiculously confident about your product, like unless you feel like, you know what, we freaking knocked it out of the park. We absolutely killed it on this puppy, and everybody's going to recognize that. Unless you feel like that, I recommend, this is my recommendation to most indie-ish developers out there, $19.99. Start off with $19.99, and if people are ranting and raving about your game, a couple weeks later, jack it up and jack it up for a little bit more. We've seen price adjustments. We've seen prices go up. I think that happened with like Pixel Rip 1989. A few other games, prices have actually shot up, like Super Hot VR. Some prices have gone up, and then they've gone up to like $29.99, like Beat Saber and stuff. I don't know if Beat Saber started out as $29.99, but then it jumped up. And I just feel like you can start out at $19.99, and there's a lot of people, for example, Hellsplit Arena, if it was priced $5 less, I truly believe there's a lot more people that would roll the dice. They would roll the dice and say, well, let me give it a chance. But when they go to the Steam page, they see $25. I have a feeling that scares people. And it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Believe me, I'm not saying that it isn't ridiculous. It is. But we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned from a price point standpoint. It's an unfortunate thing. And, Phil Yarn actually makes a really good point about eSpire 1. You can get Killing Floor Incursion thrown in with eSpire 1. So that's another little aspect of it. But let me go over here to chat. Let's see what chat's talking about, because everybody that is a VR gamer, you've got an opinion when it comes to pricing. That's the other thing. Like if you want an evergreen topic, you can talk about everybody hating VR. That's an evergreen topic, and you got arguments on both sides. You can talk about VR is dead. Evergreen topic. You got people on both sides. You can talk about Oculus versus HTC or Oculus versus Valve. Evergreen topic, arguments on both sides. And if you talk about price, an evergreen topic, arguments on both sides. So let's go ahead and scroll back a little bit. Let me see what some folks are talking about. Let's see, F. Frank, and he's saying, oh boy, not looking good for Hellsplit. Mostly negative. And yeah, let's see. And Oliver Cook says, yeah, Hellsplit looks so disappointing. Well, Hellsplit, look, like I'm looking at these pictures that you guys are looking at, you know, these screenshots right here, they don't look disappointing to me. This doesn't look disappointing at all. This looks damn good. That's why I was excited for this game. And the idea of this game was like, it's like a real one-on-one kind of drawn out battle axe, battle mace. Like this was supposed to be a little bit more physical, a little bit more visceral, kind of like Until You Fall, but more in a serious vein. And like looking at all these like the graphics look fantastic. Like if that's the real game, to me that looks beautiful. That looks great. Like that looks gorgeous. This is the reason why I was interested in Hellsplit Arena. So I wouldn't say it looks bad at all, but I mean, yeah, it looks disappointing because it says mostly negative with the reviews. Okay, let's see. Scruffzilla says, anyone else waiting for a sell on Quest games? Hashtag cheap bastard. You know, Scruffzilla, it's interesting. I used to be a cheap ass gamer. You know, the website CAG, you know, the podcast and all that. Cheap ass gamer. I used to go to that website. I used to be the cheapo guy. Like I would be a couple years behind everybody because I was like, you know what? Everybody go buy Gears 5. Go buy Borderlands 3. I'll be playing Gears 4. I'll be playing Borderlands 2 or something. You know, I'll be a couple years behind everybody and I'll be buying my games for pennies on the dollar. And I was a cheap-ass gamer type. And on the Oculus Quest, the problem is, well, actually it's in the news. Oculus Quest games are selling very well, and it's just too early. This is the launch year of Oculus Quest, and Oculus, quite honestly, they might go through the entire year of 2019 without having like a major sale. Like they might do that. They really might do that. Or maybe they wait until very late December and have like a holiday sale, but not early December, like late December where people have mostly bought the Quest and then they put a sale on. But even that is not a good idea. It's not a good idea for Oculus to do that. And here's why. Think of all the people that are going to be buying a Quest to have under the Christmas tree that somebody's going to open up on Christmas Day. You don't want to have a ton of games on sale on the Oculus store, taking their attention away from the more expensive games that they make more money on. So I think we could go through the entire year of 2019 with very few sales in terms of Quest games. So anyway, just wanted to mention that for Scruffzilla. Okay, Kaylee Allen. Go Patriots, 33-3 without Antonio Brown. Yeah, you know, I watched like a couple of minutes of that game yesterday and then I completely forgot about it. I'm so out of football. It is so weird. The Seahawks did win by 1 point, though. I was encouraged by that. Okay, continuing to scroll down. Okay, so now we're getting into the price discussion. Ray Pope. Wait, let me back up now. I just freaking lost my place. Damn it. Where was Ray Pope? Okay, Ray Pope says $20 to $30 needs to be a solid game. 30 to 40 need to be a darn good game. 40 and beyond need to be a freaking AAA. That's what it's turned into. This is what it's turned into. It really has turned into this. Ray Delatorre says, I'm just so over the whole early access thing is basically what he's saying here. It seems like every VR game is early access. I just want a game that's already finished. Well, there's a couple different kinds of early access games. I've gotten into this rant a million times, so I'm not going to do it again. But I don't really, like when I buy an early access game, here's the way I look at early access game. I never assume that it's going to improve. I assume that whatever I get on that first day, that's the game. And if anything else comes later, it is a cherry on top of the sundae. It's some whipped cream. It's a whipped cream cherry, no nuts. I don't like nuts on my sundae. Kind of weird like that. But I don't even get Sundays anymore. But damn, the old days when I would go to Baskin and Robbins, a hot fudge sundae. Man, that is so much sugar and just, but just too much, way too rich. And you feel so guilty after you eat one of those things. Okay, Phil Yarn says, I won't even buy that Marvel game for $40. Marvel Powers United, you shouldn't. You shouldn't buy it for $40. You shouldn't buy it for $30. You probably shouldn't buy it for $20. Okay, oh my God, Viveport is the smoothest piece of software ever. Says no one ever. No, Bill B is saying it. Viveport is the smoothest piece of software ever. It makes Windows Mixed Reality actually a great experience, unlike Steam. That's a very interesting take. I don't have a Windows Mixed Reality headset. I can't check that. I don't know, but that is interesting. Phil Yearn is still debating touring carts at $17.99. Dude, don't you know that Critter Cart is coming out any day now, bro? Critter Cart is coming out. The real banger. You might want to wait for Critter Cart. Okay, Bullet Ape says, you have got to think that they'd be charging $60 a pop if they thought they could. No point in $60 if nobody buys. Yeah, you can't do that in the VR gaming world, not now. You can't do that. Oliver Cook says, No Man's Sky. Yeah, well, there is the occasional game. There's the occasional game like Borderlands 2, when it does come out, I believe this October, or maybe it could come late this month, but we kind of have it pegged for October. Borderlands 2 is going to be $49.99. You know, it's going to be $50. And then when Skyrim first came, $59.99. Fallout 4, $59.99. No Man's Sky, when it's not on sale, $59.99. But those are the extreme outliers. They are the outliers. It is not typical. It is not a normal situation here. Beat Saber was $15? Really? Scruffzilla says, good as it is, Beat Saber is one of the most overpriced games in all of VR. Yep, I said it. But you know what, Scruffzilla? Supply and demand. Supply and demand, man. People love Beat Saber. Like most people, there's a lot of people out there that believe VR has one good game, Beat Saber. It's the only game, right? It's the only big VR game to cross over into like mainstream, like people being aware of it. Like people that don't even play VR, like, oh yeah, I heard about Beat Saber. Beat Saber can command that price. Superhot has also been able to do that. Like Superhot's price has always been a bit inflated, I've thought, but they're able to do it because it's like a darling. It's a VR darling, and so it's able to do it. Jim Hall says at $20 or less, it's an impulse buy. We'll see at $20 or less, I just think people are so much more forgiving. And that's why, like, if I was talking to deep type games, now, see, if it was like Red Matter on the Quest, like, see, Vertical Robot, when they're about to bring out Red Matter on the Quest, they're feeling confident. Like, they know they've knocked it out the park. Like, they already know. So, like, Red Matter wasn't tripping. They're coming out at $24.99, and Tough Titty said or $29 or whatever. I don't remember. Was it $24 or $29.99? But Red Matter's like, nah, we ain't tripping, man, Vertical Robot, because they know they killed it. But unless you know that you've killed it, I think it's better to start off at $19.99 because you're going to get a lot of at your launch, or at least do the old for 48 hours or whatever, for 3 days. It's a special $19.99 price, but then it goes up to $24.99. Do that because you're going to get a lot of window shoppers, not window lickers, but window shoppers that are like halfway interested. And that $5 difference is it's a psychological barrier, man. It really is. I think it's a major psychological barrier. But anyway, we spent way too much time on this, but there is a brand new trailer for Hellsplit Arena. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer real quick. Let's do our due diligence. So I'm going to pump the volume up on this, which has no volume. And I'm going to grab this Hellsplit Arena trailer, which I think came out like yesterday or maybe it was very early today that it came out. This is the release trailer. So let's just see what the release trailer looks like. Graphically, I think this game looks freaking badass, but let's go ahead and check this out. Damn, this trailer just keeps going and going and going and going. A little bit long on the trailer here. But you know what? Just watching the trailer, okay, are we at the end? No, we're still not at... How long is this effing trailer, man? Or did I miss the ending and it started over? Okay, there we go. There's the ending. Hellsplit Arena. $25. Deep type games. Okay, so looking at the trailer, I mean, graphically looks good. Now, the only complaint I could possibly have with this trailer, at first I was going to say, well, it doesn't seem like there's that many different types of enemies, but as the trailer continued and continued and continued, you did see a few different types of enemies. The other thing you kind of wonder is, well, isn't this going to get boring after a while? Just these one-on-one combat arenas with like one bad guy. Now, the fights are probably a bit more intricate. So your actual battles probably have more visceral action going on. And the physics of it does kind of look Blade and Sorcery-esque in terms of the swords clanking against each other, like the physicality of it, the collision, the hit detection, collision detection type stuff. You can use feet and stuff like that. I mean, there was some promise with this game. That's why I'm wondering... like, what went wrong? What happened here? Why did it all go bad? So let's go back over to the Steam page. Let's take a quick look at some of the bad reviews here. Okay, so we're loading up some reviews. And let's see here. Oh, God. Wow, this is bad. Okay, Burnt Toast. 59 products in account. Only 2 reviews, though. And look at that. Look at that avatar there. Burnt Toast. Gotta love that. Okay, so this game is bad. Graphics-wise, the game looks amazing. But other than that, the game quickly falls into a downhill spiral. The thing is, I was so excited for this game because VR 365 kept hyping it up like crazy. No, I was so excited for this game, but now that I've tested it, I feel so utterly disappointed and just wish it was better. Let's start with the big glaring issues. So this guy's really going to break it down. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. The snap turning. There is no way to turn off snap turning. The joystick that is used for snap turning, though, can also be used for movement, which also cannot be disabled. Oh, man. Yeah, that could be a problem. I like snap turning, but I could see how that could be a problem. The blood effects. The blood effects. Now, in all fairness, the spurts of blood that come from your characters' necks look great. But boy, oh boy, do the effects on screen not look good. I've seen reviewers complain about this as well as weeks before the game release, and nothing has been done about it. They cannot be disabled at all, which is absolutely horrible, and again makes the game almost unplayable. Wow, that's weird. So is it like the blood just like covers the whole screen? Look at this. Do not buy this game. This game is really bad. It straight up doesn't work. Man, first impression, still not as good as Blade and Sorcery. Valve Index doesn't play well with control schemes as much as other VR titles. You know, the Valve Index isn't so good to judge your games based on the Valve Index's controls, because it's always a crapshoot, I kind of think. Just no. $5 or $10 would be under. Just no. I like that. Just no. $5 or $10 would be understandable. Game looks and feels awful and cheap. It would be great if it came out early VR, but with games like Gorn and Blade and Sorcery, this game is awful. Damn, this game has been shat upon. Now this is a real shatting in action. Okay, so this guy's got 363 products in account. So far, the game barely plays like in the video. Attacks feel seriously gimped. Can't grab foes like in the video. First boss kills you without even touching you. He's on fire and hurts you from 10 feet away with no indication of what's actually hurting you. Verdict: think I will stick to Blade and Sorcery and hope this improves later on. Positives: graphics are pretty good. Runs very smoothly, though the arenas are tiny. No crashes in 1 hour of gameplay. Yeah, wow, this guy, I was looking forward to this one big time. What a miserable disappointment. Was never able to get the sound to work, and the game is plagued by other issues. God damn it. You know, somebody had a video, Eric for President, right? Eric for President I wonder if this is what Eric for President was talking about. Okay, hold on here. Let's go over to YouTube, because Eric for President, I didn't see the video, but I saw the title. There's this guy, Eric for President. Yeah, okay. Eric for President. Here it is. Okay, so this dude right here, he's got a video right here. Virtual reality has a new gaming problem. The VR trailer. I wonder if he's talking partly about Hellsplit. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. Like, it could be all, and let me tell you, Eric for President, dude really loves purple and really loves green. Like, look, let's go to the videos. Purple, green, and yellow, a common theme. Like, very greeny, very purple, a lot of yellow. So anyway, he's got this video, Virtual Reality Has a New Gaming Problem, the trailer. And I wonder if this is what he's talking about from the standpoint that you can watch a trailer, like the trailer that we're looking at looks freaking drop dead gorgeous. Like, that looks gorgeous. Those graphics look fantastic. And the game comes out and it's apparently ass on a stick. How unfortunate. How very unfortunate. But these things do and can happen. Okay, let's go ahead and see what folks are yapping about over here in chat. Let's see, scrolling down here. Gamertag VR came to hit the like and heavily suggest everyone do the same. Much love, Anthony. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Gamertag VR. Okay, Deli Wolfensparger. He's telling me, when am I going to review Earthquake VR? After all, you live in earthquake country. Sacramento, not really in earthquake country. Like, when the big one happens, Sacramento probably going to be spared, I think. That's about one of the only good things I can say about Sacramento, because our air is ass, the heat is a problem, smoke, there's fires all over the damn place. They're never in Sacramento, but there's fires in all the surrounding areas. And what happens is the fires, all the smoke just immediately travels to Sacramento, and it just chills. Like, it just lounges. It's just kicking it. Like one of those relatives that visits you and never wants to leave your house. That's the smoke here. So if we survive the major earthquake, it's the least, it's the least we get for living in Sacramento. And Deli Wolfensparger also says, I still play In Death and love it. Hell yeah, you do. We should all love it. Oliver Cook says, I highly recommend Westworld. Still have not checked that out. Del Wolfensparger, there is always a skeleton in these games. I like, dude, look at that hand and look at that foot. Like, that part looks good. Like, don't you want to hold a foot with freaking femurs and tibias coming right out of it? And maybe you could eat it and get some extra health if you want to get nasty and turn into a cannibal. That could be a part of it as well. So, yeah, Oliver Cook says, just no, Anthony. VR Legion says, physics is okay. Blade and Sorcery is better, but it's okay. So we actually have a couple of people that have played this. Wow. Phil Urn says, where the hell is the Valve game to show off those index controllers? Well, we might find out about it this week. We might hear something about that Valve game this week. Probably no specifics, but I think it's on Wednesday that we might find out a little bit of something. Did anybody believe that we would spend a half an hour on Hellsplit Arena when apparently it's bad? Nobody could have imagined this, and I couldn't even imagine this, but here we are. We're spending a half an hour on Hellsplit Arena. Okay, so let's get off of this one, goddammit. Let's let it freaking sleep for a minute. Okay, so there's another story. Let's go ahead and go back to the webinar for a second here, because there is this story that I forget who was it that pointed this story out to me, but somebody put this in our Discord server. And so Peter Chow. So this guy is Peter Chow, this guy right here. And he used to be the CEO for HTC, and then he bounced. He got the hell out of there. And she's the CEO now, Cher Wang. She replaced Peter Chow. And it's a burning boat. Like, he jumped off that burning boat. Rats jumped on his back. And he still jumped off that burning boat, carrying about 20 rats with him. And so apparently he's hooked up with a couple of other companies, and they've got plans to knock it out of the park with some kind of unknown VR headset. Okay, so there's this story. It's over here on CNET. And this guy, Shara, or this girl, Shara, guy or girl, I'm not sure, Shara Tibkin, talks about my peek inside secret VR headset shows a more social virtual reality. Smartphone pioneer and former HTC CEO Peter Chow thinks he's figured out how to crack the VR experience. Okay, so this is like a joint venture between a company called XR Space, whoever the hell that is, and then also Deutsche Telekom is part of it. And so Peter Chow, I believe, is now working for XR Space. Yeah, XR Space is the new mixed reality company from Peter Chow, co-founder and former CEO of HTC. Okay, and they're in partnership with a German wireless giant, Deutsche Telekom. So MRTV, you got the drop on this right, brah. MRTV, you're interviewing people from Deutsche Telekom. You've seen this headset, right? So anyway, this person has tried this new headset. And and the person continues to say throughout this article, I can't tell you anything about this headset yet. I can't tell you anything about this headset yet. Like, there is a number of different times this person keeps saying they can't tell us about this headset yet. And my thing is, well, why even have the article, man? Why even have this article? You can't tell us anything. So the only reason they had the article is so they could show you a couple pictures of Peter Chow, and they could talk about Deutsche Telekom. They could talk about, what is it? XR Space? What is the name of this thing? Yeah, XR Space. And I've done like some Google searches and stuff on like XR Space, and I can't really find anything out about it. So it's kind of like this unknown thing. But anyways, there's some quotes in here. So Peter Chow on 5G. 5G is big, really big, but I feel there's not much innovation going on, Chow said. There's no great experience for 5G. Okay, so he mentions that. And then he talks about, what I'm working on is the second generation of VR, Chow said. I want to make it much more consumerish, make it smaller, lighter, easier to use, creating beautiful avatars in a virtual space for work, for social, for entertainment. The product and service will first be available to Deutsche Telekom customers in Germany before expanding around the globe. By partnering with Deutsche Telekom, XR Space immediately has a distribution partner and millions of potential customers, 7 million mobile customers in Germany and about 44 million around the globe. More than 300 GER of those German customers use the carrier's current VR app called Magenta VR. And then this is the head of Deutsche Telekom's German operations, Michael Hagspiel. Michael Hagspiel. The possibilities of AR and VR. Why am I talking like that? The possibilities of AR and VR are not yet fully understood by everybody, including us. Like, we don't understand it either. We're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it will work. But then he says it will be much bigger than believed. Okay, we want to make social very good, Chow said. We want to develop really good digital avatars that can be everywhere, not just one little social app. This is the easiest it's ever been to bring the real you into VR. Rachel Franklin, head of she's talking about Facebook Spaces and stuff. Okay, so anyway, that's Peter Chow right there. That's Michael Hagspiel. Michael Hagspiel, the head of Deutsche Telekom's German operations. So these are the dudes that claim they're going to drop a bomb on that ass with a brand new headset. This headset is coming in 2020, by the way. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because I know you guys love your new headsets. And whatever happened, by the way, to Samsung? Like, whatever happened with... Wasn't there this rumor somewhere that, like, Samsung was going to have a... Like, there was going to be some major Samsung product, like either AR or VR, or maybe both, that was coming this year, 2019. Well, you know, we're starting to get further along. Where's Samsung, by the way? So apparently these people have a headset, and one of the things they kept stressing was like making it more consumerish, smaller, lighter weight. So maybe they're going for more of the smaller, lighter weight thing. One thing I would like to see them do, because they're talking about avatars and they're talking about social VR and all of that stuff, what I think somebody needs to do in this VR space, what do I always say? It's the same freaking thing. I say the same thing. Our bodies, our physical bodies need to come into VR. And I don't know exactly how you're going to do that. Maybe you could do that with some kind of external Connect style device. Maybe you could do it with the headset itself. Maybe somebody could build a headset that would have a couple of cameras that are going down, and it somehow analyzes your chest. It can see your legs moving, and it has some kind of built-in algorithm where it just kind of makes a skeleton. Maybe it's like a built-in Connect, a Connect built into the bottom of the headset that is analyzing downward. It sees your shoulders and everything, and maybe it can take a video of it, and then you can start going like this, and it can analyze it really good. No, but I mean, seriously, put our bodies in VR, bruh. Put our bodies in VR. So maybe Peter Chow and company will do something really good. I don't know. I'm not really holding my breath. And I don't know that I don't know that this company, who are they partnering with? Who's building the thing? Because I don't know, man. I don't know that there's room for another company coming out of the blue unless they partner up with somebody. I mean, this is XR Space and then Deutsche Telekom. I don't know. Well, anyways, we'll keep our eye on it. It is something that's out there. People are talking about it a little bit. So let me double check on chat real quick before I move off of this. So Steve Drumheller says, wait a minute, didn't Xbox Connect track the full body like 15 years ago? Was it really that long? It wasn't that long ago. So 15 years ago, actually the Xbox 360 wasn't even out 15 years ago. It's more like 14 years ago. Okay. And then when the Xbox 360 did come out, it took a while. The Kinect wasn't like, didn't come out the next year. It was like years later that the Kinect came out. And the Kinect does some kind of skeletal tracking, but not very advanced. But yeah, we need to get our bodies into the game. We really do. Because people say like, oh, you're in the game. But you're not really in the game. Your hands are in the game. Your head is in the game. That's about it. But, I don't want to beat a dead horse. So let's move off of this. I've said it a million times. Chris Richardson says, no, brah. VR 2.0 needs dynamic, foveated rendering with eye tracking before it's a real thing. That's another thing. The whole the whole foveated rendering thing. Hopefully, I'm going to be going to like this XDCXR or whatever it is. It's like mid-October. See, I would say that at Oculus Connect 6, maybe I'll see some type of demo of dynamic foveated rendering, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to see a demo of that at Oculus Connect 6 because I don't think Oculus is going to bring that in a consumer-facing product anytime in the very near future. So I don't think I'm going to see any kind of demo of that. But maybe at like XRDC or whatever the hell it's called in mid-October in San Francisco, maybe somebody will be there with some kind of demo that does have foveated rendering. Because I'm in the camp, what's the state? Is it Missouri or whatever? It's like the show me state. Like, yeah, I want to move to the show me state. Like, show me, man. Show me this foveated rendering that you talk about. I want to be a believer. But I don't know that, like, everybody just talks about, yeah, foveated rendering, it's going to change the game, it's going to be incredible. Has anybody proven that? Has anybody, like, is foveated rendering proven by anybody? Like, I don't know. I want to see it. Prove me. Show me. JP says, I don't think full body tracking would be able to see past my muffin top. So I would be at a disadvantage. Well, maybe what it'll do is maybe it'll say, okay, here's what you got to do. It'll say, now take off the VR headset. Take it off. Okay, now turn it around. Aim it down at your fat feet. Show off your cankles. Okay, we're analyzing your body now. Put the headset back on. You do have a muffin top. Dude, muffin top is the funniest phrase ever. Muffin top. And there are people walking around that definitely have a muffin top. And boy, I like the top of a muffin, don't you? It's the best part of the muffin. Do you know these people, they buy a muffin, right? They just rip off the top part. They eat the top part, and then the bottom part is kind of like yesterday's news. Does anybody want that? But yeah, I kind of want a muffin top. I like muffin tops. Okay, so anyways, well, adrenaline. Adrenaline spelled in a very interesting way. Let's give a golf clap for adrenaline. Nice golf clap for adrenaline. Because I like the way that's spelled. Like, that is pretty tight. I like that adrenaline. But adrenaline had to add the L to the end of it because somebody already got it. Somebody already got that name. But adrenaline says Red Matter on Quest and Batman VR on PlayStation VR, and I think PC VR as well. Good examples of fixed foveated rendering without eye tracking. Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. Fixed foveated rendering, top of the muffin to you. Top of the muffin to you. You can buy just the muffin top. Really? That's a game changer. Okay, so anyway, let's get off of this story because we're running out of time here. And I'm having fun, but we're running out of time. Okay, so another topic that we have, folks, is the Witching Tower, which looks a lot like Hellsplit Arena. But you know what? We got a date for the Witching Tower. Do I have a new trailer for the Witching Tower? Why am I doing this? Let me see. Do I have a trailer for the Witching Tower? Because the Witching Tower VR is coming to PlayStation VR. I don't think I have a new trailer for it. So why am I doing this? Well, I'll grab an old trailer for it. So Witching Tower. We do have a date for Witching Tower. There are a few people that watch this show that actually have a PlayStation VR. It's funny, man. I've been kind of harsh on PlayStation VR because honestly, since Blood and Truth and Everybody's Golf and like Trover and all that stuff back when that happened, not a lot going on in PSVR world. I'm just being honest, man. Not a lot popping off. Now, I know they got No Man's Sky just like everybody else, But other than that, it's been a little bit slow. Okay, so the Witching Tower, or is it just Witching Tower? Does it have the on the beginning of it? But Witching Tower has been dated. It is coming to PlayStation VR on September 17th. Now, of course, that is the same day. That is the same day as Groundhog Day. So they're going head-to-head with Tequila Works. Don't know how well that'll work out for him. Okay, so it's called Witching Tower VR. There is no at the beginning of it. We can check the... so Onakaze says, wait a minute, hasn't Witching Tower been out forever? Kind of. It's been out for a while. But you know what? PlayStation VR, folks, they're a little bit late to the game. They get our leftovers. And here it is. They're about to get this leftover. They hope it's not as crunchy. They hope it still has a little bit of freshness to it. Witching Tower VR. The price is $20. I'm kind of curious if there will be a slight price bump because PlayStation VR, see, the thing is, you got to pay Sony like a little extra fee. Plus, they get 30%. So it's a double whammy, so to speak. So sometimes PSVR games are priced a little bit higher than their Steam brethren. But this one, mostly positive. I need to get back into Witching Tower because back when I played it, it had some minor issues. It got patched a number of times, and I just haven't been back in there. There's so many games that are like this where I need to revisit them, but I just run out of time. I forget about it, and I move on. MoveOn.org. But it's mostly positive. Anyway, that is coming September 17th, PlayStation VR. Finally, a bit of a big banger for PlayStation VR fans. So that is in the news. Wanted to mention that really quick. Let's see. We can also go ahead and cover the daily deal real quick. Oh, man, I screwed up yesterday, folks. Yesterday, there was a really good daily deal on Oculus, and I completely forgot about it. Damn it. We were on Twitch. I was doing an episode on Twitch. Oh, look at the Oculus pick. Audica, baby. That's a great pick. I'm not hating that pick. I still have not seen the update where it does those different little looking backgrounds. Is it only on certain songs? Because I haven't seen those backgrounds yet. I have gone back into Audica since the update, but I haven't seen those new backgrounds yet. I've only seen pretty much the standard backgrounds that we've always seen. Okay, so anyway, the daily deal today is Smashing the Battle, which I've never heard of this thing. But the daily deal yesterday was like Along Together, or what was it called? Is it Along Together? Let me look it up. It's that one game, it's like kind of like a platformer. Yeah, Along Together. This was the daily deal yesterday, and it was a pretty freaking good deal. I think it was like $7.99 or something. And this is a game I've always kind of been mildly interested in because I like platformers and I like these kind of cutesy, cuddly kind of things, like Carly and the Reaper Man and stuff like that. I kind of like that stuff. But this was the daily deal yesterday and I completely forgot about it. My bad, folks. But today is Smashing the Battle. Whatever the hell that is. There are 6 hours left. It is $5. It's 50% off. Hack and slash action with 2 stunning heroines. Damn it. I'm losing it. Tight and stylish gameplay. Sounds like your cup of tea? Then Smashing the Battle is for you, brah. Okay, let's take a look at a few pictures here. Yeah, I've never heard of this one. Kind of looks like Malice. Remember that game Malice that was like on X? It was going to be on the first Xbox. That little girl with ponytails that had a big giant ass hammer. Malice. Did that thing ever even come out? But yeah, I don't know. It looks a little bit chaotic to me. A little bit anime style-y. So that is the daily deal, folks. So just wanted to mention that really quick. And then let's see, I was going to talk about Holoception. We're kind of running out of time here. Actually, let me mention Holoception real quick. Okay, so let's go back over here. By the way, folks, do you like VR 365? Is this show pretty badass? I think it is. Of course, I've got a serious bias towards this show. So it's hard for me to be unbiased about it because I got a heavy bias. I like VR 365. But if you like it, hit the like button. Straight up. If you like it, subscribe. Straight up. But what I'm going to do right now is we're going to play a very recent trailer for Holoception. And I wanted to talk about it because I jumped back into Holoception because, god damn it, Holonautic, the developer, they pop a new trailer for that game like every other day. These fools are really about it. They're like advertising their game. They're promoting it. A lot of little trailers. They're on Reddit every day and twice on Sunday. So anyways, let's go ahead and I'm going to pump up the volume on Witching Tower VR. And we're going to check out a quick little Holoception trailer, and I want to talk about going back into it real briefly, playing it again, like the preview code of it or the beta build or whatever build I have. Hopefully I'm allowed to talk about it. I'm not going to say anything negative, so I guess they probably won't have a problem with that. So I'm going to turn this up. Let me grab this. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, pretty funny. Yeah, very funny, very funny. So anyway, this is Holoception, and I saw that they had this new trailer for this game, and there's so many trailers for this, like so many little things that they've done, which is a good idea. I mean, this is what you want to do. If you are a developer, you want to try to pimp your game every way possible. You want to keep your game in people's minds. You want them to continue to think about your game and to remember, oh yeah, there's a game called Holoception. It could come out any time now. Maybe it's going to come out next week. Maybe it's going to come out in another month. But this game is out there. We got to remember it. We got to think about it. And so they're keeping it in your mind, which is a very good idea. It's a good thing to do. And so I saw these posts on Reddit with some of the trailers and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Man, I went into Holoception like a long time ago. I did get like a little beta code for this game a while back. And I went into it and I liked it. I was impressed by what I tried and everything. The controls do take some time to wrap your brain around, like they definitely do. But I just went back into this like the other night in my Valve Index, by the way, and it seems to be running beautifully in the Valve Index. And Holonautic, the developer of the game, they've definitely done some work. Like they've really done some work on this game and polished the whole thing, like the onboarding process. Don't you love those two words? The onboarding process. Yeah, buddy, the onboarding process. Those are two fun words to put together, right? But in this game, like when I started it up, like everything, it's like, man, these guys have been working on this. This looks good. It feels good. It's got a good flow. And I started to think about it, and I'm thinking about Holoception. I'm like, this game's a lot better than I thought it was. And so I've got to rank this game higher. And so I did rank it higher on VR365. I mean, not VR365. VR game rankings on the website, like our top 40 most wanted Oculus Rift games. This game has jumped into the top 40. I didn't have it in the top 40. It was like in the 50s and 60s and stuff. I was kind of dissing the game a little bit. But there's actually a lot of good stuff that's coming, a lot of good stuff that's on the way, or apparently it seems like it would be good, and then we find out when it actually comes out it's ass, but it looks good for now, right? But Holoception Not a bad game at all. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this. This is one game we should be excited about for this fourth quarter. And apparently Holonautic is taking their sweet time. They're polishing it up. They're making sure that it's working really good. I kind of like it. So, I'm a fan. It is this third person thing though. And there's going to be some people out there that get into this game and they just like, nah, bro, the third person thing, I get it. It's an interesting idea. You're like a puppeteer guy. So your actions are controlling this little guy. You can zoom in on it. You can get really close to him. You could be right over him like Gears 5. You could kind of be over the shoulder view. So it's damn near first person, but you can zoom out and stuff like that. But the sound, everything is done pretty well. I like what they're doing, man. So anyway, just wanted to mention Holoception by Holonautic. Definitely still keeping my eyes on this one, and I think it's one to remember and not forget about. This could be pretty good. Okay, so why don't we go, we're running out of show here, we're almost over, but why don't we go ahead and go to like Upload VR, and let's take a quick look at news, because I forgot to mention a couple of things that were on here. Okay, number one, they're talking about Final Assault. Here's something for you PlayStation VR people out there. Final Assault is coming to PlayStation VR. It's also coming to the Oculus Quest. And you talk about 2019 games that people have slept on, like Shadow Legend VR, I think is incredible. And so many people just like don't even talk about Shadow Legend VR anymore. I really liked it. Look, I know it's short. I know it's very short, but I like Shadow Legend VR. I also really like Final Assault, and I'm not a real-time strategy guy at all. In fact, I suck at these games. But this game is just so damn good, and it's just done so well. Just butter smooth. It looks beautiful. It runs great. If you got Brass Tactics back when that came out, and you were addicted to Brass Tactics, and you want something kind of similar, Final Assault is a great way to go. This is coming to PlayStation VR, and here's the beautiful thing. They're saying that it's nearly 1-to-1 with PC, and it's going to have cross-play as well. And so I've seen this happen. I've gone into some PlayStation VR ports of PC VR games, and I've been amazed. Like Red Matter, for example. Not to do that one again, but Red Matter, when it came to PlayStation VR, I'm like, holy crap, how did they do this? How did they squeeze Red Matter onto PlayStation VR, and they got like 85% of the experience came through in flying colors? And so it kind of sounds like this one is pretty much the same. Like it's pretty much a great port of the PC VR game. It's also coming to Quest as well, maybe later this year. So they're saying the PSVR version doesn't change much. The control layout feels nearly 1-to-1 with PSVR motion controls. Maps and units still have their lighthearted visual design, and the UI is easy to manage. There's nothing different from any of the other headsets. Almost everything that did change was graphic and script. Phaserlock Interactive CEO Michael Daubert told me in a meeting at PAX West. It's working cross-platform right now, and what we really want to do is to achieve a balance between all platforms. Actually, you know what? It's going to be really good if this plays across the Quest, PlayStation VR, and PC VR. The nice thing about it is it's more players for everybody, right? Just more players. It's a good thing. Okay, it's going to launch later this year on PlayStation VR. We don't have a date for it, but anyway, that is Final Assault, and I've been a Final Assault fan. I think people are missing the boat with Final Assault. I think it's a great game. Now, this is a story that is also out there. This is kind of more of like not an official story here, but they're basically saying more Oculus Quest developers see strong sales despite the curation frustration. The curation frustration, brah. Okay, so Red Matter and Superhot, both of these games, the sales explosive on Quest compared to being on all the other platforms that they were on. Red Matter was on PSVR, Superhot on PSVR, both of them on PC VR as well. But the Quest sales, incredible. In fact, a watershed moment for the industry. And the sales numbers suggest that players believe so too. That is, who was that? That was, I think, a developer of Red Matter. But Job Simulator had great success on the Quest as well. Beat Saber, great success. Space Pirate Trainer, great success. Even Sculpt VR has some pretty good success. It has not reached 50% of my Steam VR sales and is about 1/6 my lifetime sales on PSVR. Since Quest is a young platform that is growing rapidly, I believe the tail of sales will be much longer than it was on PS4, so it will probably become my best-selling platform by this time next year. Yeah, the Quest is doing well, and so this is all good news. It really is. It's great news. It's great news for developers like Phaser Lock Interactive, you know, when they get their Final Assault, when they get it on the Quest and stuff. I know a lot of you guys hate on Quest. I think it's all good. Will it result in a lot more Questicles? It will. But, you know, it's just part of the way that things work out. Okay, once again, Battle Wake coming tomorrow, folks. Battle Wake is coming. Do we have a price for Battle Wake? Let me look up Battle Wake. Did we ever get a price for it? I don't remember what the price for it. So I've never tried Battle Wake, if you can believe it. So the soundtrack has a price. There is an official, there's an official soundtrack for $8.50. This content requires the base game in order to play. That's kind of weird. Shouldn't you just be able to buy the soundtrack a la carte? Like, why do you need Battle Wake for the soundtrack? But anyway, it's $8.50 for the soundtrack. So this game's coming out tomorrow. They did a beta and everything. And I know like the F Reality guys, I think they all played it and they kind of had different thoughts about it. I think everybody was pretty positive on it. I haven't played this. I really don't know anything about it. I'm willing to definitely check it out. But I don't really have a take right now on Battle Wake. But yeah, this game is coming out. Don't know if we have a price. Maybe somebody in chat might have a price on this. But are you guys going to be running out and grabbing this one tomorrow? Or are you still going to hold on to your money for other games that are continuing, you know, other games that are coming a little bit later this month? For example, remember, you know, we were just talking about Hellsplit, right? But one of the things I mentioned, like I should mention this to you guys because I know there's a lot of YouTube fans that don't come over to Twitch. I mentioned this yesterday on the Twitch episode. Did you guys know? Oh, wait a minute. Did they change the date? Oh, snap. Maybe they changed the date on this because straight up, yesterday, this said September 16th for Soulscape. Now it doesn't say September 16th. Oh, shizzles. What happened to that? Okay, Blue Light Construct. Wait, let me click on this again. Oh man, did they change it? Maybe they were like, oh dude, VR365 kept yapping about your game yesterday coming out on September 16th. Maybe they're not ready. But the thing is, we were watching some of the trailers for this game yesterday on the Twitch channel, and this game looks pretty damn good. I mean, it looks similar to like Hellsplit Arena, and you're like, well, damn, that trailer looked great as well. Why would this be any different? But this had a lot of extra stuff going on. Like it has like, I don't know if any of these pictures show the outdoor world. No, it doesn't look like any of these pictures show the outdoor world, which that's a mistake. They should show some of the outdoor world because it's very Skyrim-esque. So that game was supposed to be like September 16th, but maybe that didn't happen. But we do have Groundhog Day and, of course, E-Spire 1 and all of that. So there's other games that are coming. So curious if you guys are going to go after Battle Wake tomorrow, or are you going to maybe save your money? Does it depend on the price? Like if Battle Wake is, say, $19.99, you're all over it. But if Battle Wake is $29.99, maybe you're not. And if it's $24.99, you're maybe going to wait and see some reviews or something like that. So Battle Wake is coming out. Dude, these are some busy beavers. Servios, busy beavers. They just did the freaking Westworld game, right? They're doing this. They got other games as well. Don't they got, what do you call it? The Walking Dead Onslaught? Like these guys just won't stop balling. I don't know how they have enough developers to do all this. I can't imagine that Ocean would probably look pretty dope in VR, so that would be pretty cool. There does seem to be a lot of special effects and stuff that are going on in this. So it might be pretty sweet. Like if I were to play this, I would be going in completely blind and have no idea whether I'd really be into this or not. So I'm completely open to it. Not necessarily really high on my most wanted list. There's been a lot of various pirate games, like, we had, what was it? The Assassin's Creed game that had a lot of pirate stuff in it. And then we've had like other different games that have had like pirate stuff in it as well. Sea of Thieves and all these other games and stuff. And I really haven't gotten into any of them. Just haven't really been into the whole pirate thing. But that is coming out tomorrow. So anyway, let me take a last quick check of chat before I bounce out of here, because a lot of people are chatting it up. Okay, so let me go back here and see what some people are saying. Let's see. So talking about Acer Oho is not going to release in Germany. Yeah, there might be something with like EU law. It's kind of like Samsung. Okay, Bill B is saying, what is the after show comment debate question? Well, there it is. Are you buying Battlewake tomorrow? Okay, Bill B, very early in the show. I don't think I can go all the way back. Yeah, it's weird. It won't let me go all the way back to the first comment. But Bill B, the very first comment of the show, was basically saying, Anthony, here's what you got to do, man. You got to ask some kind of question at the very end of the show and then tell everybody to comment on it after the show. So you'll end up with hundreds of comments. And then because of the YouTube algorithm, you will become the next great star. Dancing with the Stars. Anthony Michael Norsha, the next great YouTube star! Yay! So if I ask a question right now, and I tell you guys, okay, don't comment in chat. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Comment after the episode is in the books. Comment like in the YouTube comments, like after the episode is over. We've got to have 100 comments. So the question of the day, brah. Are you buying Battlewake tomorrow? And does it depend on the price? Okay, does it depend on the price? And if you're not buying Battlewake tomorrow, is it because you're saving that money for, say, Groundhog Day VR, eSpire 1, maybe even touring carts, maybe even Critter Cart, which is coming one day later, maybe even Soulscape, which maybe isn't coming on the 16th like we thought it was, or maybe you're saving your money because you want to spend it on the Witching Tower for your PlayStation VR, which is sitting over there with a lot of dust. So this is the question. So let's see, Bill B. Is Bill B right? Will there be all these hundreds of comments? See, I don't think there will be. I don't think there will be, Bill B. Bill B, I don't think there will be, B. But if there was, that would be awesome. It'd be awesome. Sure, I'd love all the comments. I just don't think it'll happen like that. But if there would, that would be sweet. So anyways, yeah, leave a ton of comments, folks. Leave a ton. Well, the debate question is, after show comment, debate question is, are you buying Battlewake tomorrow? Does it depend on the price, or are you waiting for something else? That's the question. But don't answer it in chat. No. Don't answer it in chat, folks. You got to do it later. Okay, so anyways, I'm out of here, man. I got to get some dinner. So let me get into my little outro black logo on a black background, this thing right here. And then I get to say goodbye to everybody. So yeah, today was Monday, man. It was Monday. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. So when you were at work today, you went up to everybody and you were like, dude, it's Monday. It's Monday, man. Aren't you excited? It's Monday. Well, see, here's my theory. This is like the Metaphysical Minute for those that like to watch the entire show. Here's your Metaphysical Minute from your guru, Anthony Michael Norsha, your new guru that is going to help you live a better life. Mindfulness. Okay, put your hands together and say, I am watching, I am cataloging my breath. How many breaths am I going to take? How many breaths am I going to take? Okay, no. But here's the thing. Seriously, this is a real topic. You know how on Friday, you go to work on Friday, right? you go to work on Friday and everybody's like, oh, everybody's happy. Everybody's excited. Why? Because it's Friday. But you know that same energy that people have all day on Friday? They're creating it inside themselves. They're creating it internally, man. And my question is, why can't you do that on a Monday, man? Like, why can't you internally create that happiness on a Monday? And you can find your happiness, YouTube. You can find your happiness on Monday morning at 9 a.m. or on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. You can find your true happiness, and you will be so blessed and so peaceful. But no, I kind of believe this. Thank God it's Monday, folks. All right, well, anyway, that's going to do it. Bill B, that is it. That is going to do it, Bill B. I hope this will work. I'll meet everybody in the after show comments. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, everybody go ahead and give a like. It's Norsha like Portia. Anthony Michael Norsha. See, the thing is, if you use 3 names like that, Anthony Michael Norsha, if you use 3 names like that, there's 2 options. Either you're going to become a major celebrity, you're going to write a book, and you're going to be a millionaire, or you're going straight to prison because you're going to be a straight up murderer. Like, think of how many people, like famous murderers or famous people that did horrible things, they've got 3 names. But usually it's got to be 3 first names. So it should be like Anthony Michael John or something like that. That should be my name. But it's Anthony Michael Norsha. That's going to do it for this episode of VR 365. We'll see everybody tomorrow on Tuesday. On a different platform, it is known as Twitch. We will be twitching it up. And the beautiful thing about Twitch, anything goes, man. I can say anything over there. I can do anything. All kinds of crazy, wild shit happens on Twitch. Why? Because there's not that many people watching, so I just don't care. Which makes it so much more cooler, brah. So if you don't go over to Twitch, you miss out on everything good. All right, well, anyways, I got to bounce the hell out of here. It's dinner time. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Twitch at about 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific time. See you guys then. Take it easy. Later. And cue the fake smile. Yay, there it is. Oh, I got to stop it in the YouTube program. Here we go. Okay, fake smile. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Oh, shit. It won't stop, folks. It won't stop. It won't stop. No, seriously, like, I can't stop the damn episode. Why does it do this? Some weird shit happens where I can't stop the episode. Okay, well, I guess we're going to go all night, folks. We're going to go all night. Okay, I'm going to try to refresh this, which is going to be weird. To refresh this page, like, what is that going to do? Okay, so the show must continue, brah. I'm trying to get out of here, and it won't let me. Won't let me get out of here. Okay, stop streaming. Can we stop now?